Hello everyone. This video is continuation of current electricity chapter. So for what we have learned Kirchhoff's first law along with this basic terminology junction, loop, branch. Okay, we have seen the explanation of Kirchhoff's first law. We have also seen this example. Okay, so let's revise in a fast track. So what is junction? Junction is a point in an electrical circuit where minimum three branches or paths are connected. Okay, what is loop? So loop is any closed path. It can be of any shape, circular, rectangular, square, of or any random shape. The only one condition is that the path must be closed. Branch, it is nothing but a path which lies between two junctions. So we have seen it in this example. Here are two junction A and B, three paths, okay, and three loops. One loop, two loops, and the bigger one. Okay, three loop, third loop. Okay, we have seen Kirchhoff's first law. What the statement is: the algebraic sum of all currents at junction is zero. Or we can also state the first law in terms of another way: total sum of currents flowing toward junction is equal to sum of currents flowing away from the junction. We have followed some of the sign convention for it. Current flowing toward the junction is considered as positive, whereas current flowing away from the junction is considered as negative. Okay, we have seen this problem. I have one problem for just understanding or revision of Kirchhoff's first law. Let's see that problem. Okay, so this is some section of a complex circuit. Here you can see that uh, how many junctions are there. Just think for a 15 seconds. Analyze the circuit. So we can see that we have total, this is the junction, as 1 2 3 4 paths are connected. This point B is also junction. 1 2 3 and 4 paths are connected. This point C is also junction, as minimum three paths are connected. Point D is also junction, as minimum three paths are connected. So what we have to find out, we have to find out all these current I1, I2, I3 and I4. Okay, so how to apply Kirchhoff's first law, or in short we can say that Kirchhoff's first law is a, what is the another name of Kirchhoff's first law? Kirchhoff's current law. In short it is said as a KCL. So let's see the solution. At point A or at junction A, you mostly try to write down at junction A by applying KCL or by applying Kirchhoff's first law, as current, what Kirchhoff's first law said that sum of currents flowing toward junction is equal to sum of currents flowing away from the junction. So at junction A, how many currents are flowing toward junction? Current 2 ampere is flowing toward junction. Current 3 ampere is flowing toward the junction. So sum of currents flowing toward junction 2 plus 3 is equal to sum of currents flowing away from the junction. Current I1 and I2 are flowing away from the junction A. So sum of this current 2 plus 3 is equal to sum of these two current I1 plus I2. You can see here. Okay, you can write this uh, equation in terms of Kirchhoff's first way of statement, or by considering currents flowing through the junction as a positive and current flowing away from the junction as a negative. But this equation is also same. We have just put all uh, these currents on other side. Okay, let's apply the Kirchhoff's Kirchhoff's first law at junction. B. At junction B, we have applied. At junction B, how many currents? Current I2 is flowing to a junction, current I3 is flowing to a junction, and current 2 ampere is away from. So sum of currents flowing to a junction is equal to sum of currents flowing away. So I2 plus I3 will be equal to, okay, 2 plus 9. Okay, okay. So this is the Kirchhoff's current law, or first law for junction B. Kirchhoff's first law for junction C. Okay, so for junction C, current 3 ampere and 4 ampere is toward junction, and current I3 is away from the junction. So 3 plus 4 equal to I3. From this equation, we directly get I3 as a 7 ampere. Put this I3 in this equation. You will get I2. Okay, then put this I2 in this equation. You will get I1. Okay, let's see D. And at D, current 4 ampere and I4 is flowing away from the junction, and current 9 ampere is toward the junction. So currents flowing towards the junction are 4 and I4. So 4 plus I4 is equal to current I4 and 4 ampere flowing away from the junction, and 9 ampere is flowing towards the junction. So 9 is equal to 4 plus I4. This will directly give I4. So in this way, we have find out the all four currents. So this is just a question of based on Kirchhoff's first law. Okay, I hope you have understand. Okay, let's see the solution. Old solution. Okay, okay. Let's move to Kirchhoff's second law. That is Kirchhoff's voltage law or loop theorem. Okay, so Kirchhoff's second law or voltage law, or it is also called as loop theorem. Okay, so two names for every. For first law, it is based on current, hence current law. It requires junction, hence junction law or junction theorem. And this Kirchhoff's second law, it is based on voltage, hence voltage law, and another name is loop theorem. So what is the statement? The algebraic sum of potential differences. Potential differences we have learned in 11th, denoted by a symbol V. Okay, V is potential difference. So by Ohm's law, what is V? V is equal to IR. So that's why it is written in a bracket, products of current and resistor, or that is IR. And the electromotive forces, that is EMF. What is electromotive forces? They are the voltages of cells or battery. In a closed loop is zero. So sum of all potential differences and sum of all EMFs is equal to zero. Okay, so what is the statement says that in any closed loop, so here is the example given. This is a closed loop, means there will be no any open point or open path. All circuit is whole, the path should be closed. Okay, because current is only flowing in closed path. Okay, let's uh, let's go for explanation first. Okay, then we will understand these sign conventions. Okay, so this is a circuit. Okay, so uh, how many loops are here? uh, I already said that the loop names start with, if we are going to start from A, then loop name should end on this point A only. So here are three loops. First loop is A B F G A, or you can go in anti-clockwise way, A G F B A. Another loop name is B C D F B, or B F D C B. You can start from any point, right? either start from B or F or D or C. You have four ways. Okay, you can also start this loop name from C, C, B, F, D, C, or C, D, F, B, C. Okay, it depends on you. Okay, no need to by heart everything. Okay, and the third loop is big one, A, B, C, D, F, G, A, or A, G, F, D, C, B, A. Okay, so three loops. In Kirchhoff's second law, first identify how many loops are in a given circuit. Okay, so here they consider the what is the loop name, ABFGA. Okay, so what is the sign convention? Okay, in this loop ABFGA, this is a resistor. There is a two resistance R1 and three resistance R1, R5 and R3 and one cell. Okay, so across these three resistance there will be a potential difference. So what will the potential difference across this resistance R1? Along this path, what is the current? I1 into R1. Along this path, I3 is the current, so potential difference will be across this resistance will be I3 into R5. For this resistance, what will the potential difference? I1 into R3, and there is a cell of EMF E1. Okay, so we have known the potential differences in EMF in this loop AB FGA. Okay, so applying sign convention. So what is the sign convention? Okay, let me so by okay I have okay. So what is the sign convention? It depends upon you. If in any electrical circuit, consider this is a branch. If we go from A to B, okay, this is any branch in electrical circuit, current is flowing towards right hand side from B to A. Okay, that's why the as current is always flowing from high potential to low potential, as it is moving from or it is flowing from B to A, so point B will be high potential, point A will be low potential. So the end of resistance near high potential will be positive and the end of resistance towards negative potential will be negative. Okay, if we tracing a circuit or if we want to as we name the loop in our way, if the loop name is going from A to B, okay, then potential difference across this resistor will be, as we are going from A to B, we are moving from negative potential towards positive side, then potential difference across this resistance will be positive. If we move from B to A, from positive to negative, then potential difference VBA will be equal to negative. Okay, this is a negative I have written. For example, if the value is 12 volt, then plus 12 volt and minus 12 volt. Or if we don't have any, we don't know the value of current and resistance, then we just write plus IR when we are moving from minus to plus or negative potential towards higher potential. And when we are going from B to A or high potential to negative potential, then it will become as a minus IR in case of resistance for voltage. In case of cell, as we know that voltage of cell is nothing but the EMF that is denoted by symbol E. If we are moving from A to B as representation of cell, this bigger line shows that this side point B is positive terminal and small sign shows that this is a negative terminal, or it is a high potential point, this is a low potential point. So if we move from A to B, then we are going from negative potential towards high potential. So always remember, whenever we go towards high potential, the voltage will be considered as a plus. So we are moving from A to B, so potential across this EMF, sorry, this cell will be plus E is the value of this cell. and if we are going from B to A, or we are moving from high potential to negative potential, so what will be the potential? Minus A. Let us consider the value will be 12 volt, then it's a plus 12 volt, and if it is minus 12 volt, okay, if we are moving from high towards low, okay. In short, always remember, whenever we are you are going to move from high potential towards low potential, then consider potential difference as negative. whenever we are Whenever you are going to move from negative potential to positive potential, you have to consider potential difference as positive. Okay, negative to positive plus positive to negative minus. Okay, this is the sign convention in KVL. Okay, let's uh, go towards the statement of sign convention in the book. So what it says, while tracing a loop through a resistor, if we are traveling along the direction of conventional current, the direction of conventional current is always positive to negative. So if we are direction of conventional current is positive to negative, so if we are moving along the direction of conventional current, it means if we are moving from positive terminal to negative terminal, then the potential difference across the resistance will be negative. As I earlier said that from positive to negative, it will come as a negative. If the loop is traced against the direction of conventional current moves from positive to negative. If you are going against the direction of conventional current, it means if you are going from negative to positive, then the potential difference across that resistor will be considered as a positive. Okay, if you are going negative to positive. Okay, similarly, EMF of an electrical source is positive if we go from negative terminal of the source or cell or battery to positive terminal, and it is negative when you are going from positive terminal to negative terminal. Okay, so we have considered the loop A B F G A. So by the loop name, we are going from A to B. So A to B, what you are finding? Only the resistance. So only the potential difference across this resistance come. Okay, before applying the loop, just mark positive negative sign. So as current is moving from A to B, so point A is positive, point B will be negative. So by the loop name, we are going from A to B, that is we are moving from positive to negative. So potential difference across this resistance will come as a minus I1 R1. So we have written minus I1 R1. Next, A to B, only there is a resistance. Next, we have to go B to F. B to F, what is there? Only resistance. So here the current I3 is going from B to F. It means that point B is high potential, point B is negative potential. So as we are going from B to F, we are moving from high potential to negative potential. Whenever you are going towards negative, just uh, take the voltage as a negative. So voltage across this resistance or potential difference across this resistance will come as minus I3 into R5. Okay, next we have to go F to G. F to G is also resistance, and current is flowing from F to G. So F is high potential, G is a low potential. So voltage across this resistance will also come as a minus I1 R3. For G to A, you are moving from as a G is connected to negative terminal and A is connected to positive terminal, and you are moving from G to A, so you are going from negative to positive terminal. So the EMF of as you are moving from negative to positive side, then voltage across this cell will come as a plus E1. So let's see. Okay, all voltages across resistance are coming as a negative, so it is written negative, and EMF is E1. So sum of all potential differences, the sum of algebraic sum of all potential differences and algebraic sum of all EMF is equal to 0. Okay, So all negative terms put on right hand side. Okay, similarly let's apply KVL to loop. What is the name their given book? BFDCB. Always remember loop name start from which point it also ends on that point. Okay, so what is the name? BFDCB. BFDCB. Okay, you can also start from BCDFB, or you can select any one first point, CF, CBFDC, or CDFB, or FDCB, or FBCD. Okay, don't try to by heart. Okay, so what is the name is given? BFDCB. So B to F, again current is flowing from B to F. So B is high potential, F is low potential. Current we are traveling from B to F. So voltage across this resistance will come as a minus I3 into R5. F to D, again current from F to D. So F is high potential, D is low potential. Whenever you are moving from high to low potential, you have to consider the voltage as a negative. So voltage across this resistance will come as a minus I2 into R4. Okay, minus I2 into minus I2 into R4. D2C, D2C, what is that? D is connected to low potential and C is connected to positive terminal or high potential. So as we are by the name we are moving from D to C, D to C. So we are moving from low potential towards high potential. So as we are moving towards positive side, then voltage across this will come as a plus E2. C2B, C2B, as current is flowing from point C to point B. So point C is high potential, point B is low potential. So voltage across this resistance will come as minus I2 into R2. Always write down the all terms in a flow, not in a random way. Okay, all negative terms will go on right hand side. Okay, so minus I3 R5, minus I3 R5. Okay, minus I3 R5 is there, minus I2 R4, minus I2 R4, then plus E2, then minus I2 R2. They have written randomly, but try to okay write in an order. Okay, so this is what Kirchhoff's voltage law. Okay, this law, this the question on this law, minimum marks question for this law is, it come for 1 mark, it can also come for 3 marks question. If the 1 mark is there, then it will be only we have to write this statement and this mathematical expression. And if we it come for 3 marks, then you have to explain, give the statement, sign convention, write down in short form, explain with simple example. Okay, try to write uh, Kirchhoff's voltage law by applying two loop. Okay, and there is a MCQ question also on this law. Kirchhoff's voltage law follows law of conservation of energy. As in the last video we said, Kirchhoff's first law follows law of conservation of charge. Okay, here Kirchhoff's voltage law follows law of conservation of energy. Here it is already mentioned in the book. Okay, let's understand this Kirchhoff's voltage law by solving some of the examples. Okay, the already you have given exercise in this book, so I solved those problems only. Let's understand Kirchhoff's voltage law in a, okay, let me show you. Okay, so this is a problem uh, question in your textbook. Okay, so let me go towards question. What is the question first? So question number 10. A battery of EMF 4 volt and internal resistance 1 ohm is connected in parallel with another battery of EMF 1 volt and internal resistance 1 ohm. So there is one EMF 4 volt and resistance 1 ohm is connected in parallel with uh, another battery of EMF 1 volt and 1 ohm. Okay, so we have to consider two battery, 4 volt and another is 1 volt with their internal resistance. They are connected with their poles together. Okay, and then what is the problem written? The combination is to send current through an external resistance of 2 ohm. Okay, calculate the current through the external resistance. Okay, let's see the solution. Okay, okay, so this is the solution for that question. So I can again read question for you. So there is one EMF, there is one battery of EMF 4 volt with internal resistance 1 ohm and another battery of this battery is connected in parallel with another battery of EMF 1 volt and internal resistance 1 ohm. Okay, and both these batteries are connected with the poles, with the same poles on same side. Okay, and both these batteries sends current in an external resistance of 2 ohm. So I have put this 2 ohm external resistance. First battery sends current I1 and second battery sends current I2. Okay, both these currents come at this point, as this point is a junction. Both these currents I1 and I2 come together, come as a I by Kirchhoff's first law. Okay, okay, so I I think you have understand the problem in the diagram. Okay, so two batteries cell E1 and E2 with their internal resistances sending current I1 I2 towards external resistance 2 ohm. Okay, okay, so find out the current through external resistance 2 ohm. So we have to find out this current first I1 and I2, as both these currents are coming as a I. Okay, so solution at point P, or point P is a junction. What is happening by applying KCL or Kirchhoff's first law? Okay, current flowing toward junctions are I1 plus I2. Current flowing away from the junction is I. Okay, so I is equal to I1 plus I2. Okay, so in this diagram we have a total 3 loops. As to find out I, we have to first find I1 and I2. Okay, okay, so I named this name the circuit, the upper loop A B C D A, and this is okay. Just see the naming name I put in my way. Okay, P Q R S. Okay, so here are 3 loops: A B C D A, first loop. Another loop is starting from point P, P S R Q C D P. What is the second loop name? Or you can start from, you can go clockwise or anti-clockwise. What I have said, P S R Q, then Q to C, C to D, then D to again P. This is the second loop name. What is the third loop name? This is the bigger loop, starting from A to P, P to S, S to R, R to Q, then Q to B, then again to A. This is a third loop. Okay, so what I have considered, applying KVL to loop ABQCDPA. Where is this ABQCDPA? AB, I have applied the KVL to bigger loop ABQC, A B, B to Q, Q to C, D, D to P, then B to A. Okay, so this loop. Okay, so you have, let's show you. Okay, so by the name you are going from A to B first, A to B. Okay, the direction of these currents you have to put by in your uh, or it is illogical, as current always starts from positive terminal, so I put it as I1 moving towards A and I2 moving towards point D. Okay, and let's see the Kirchhoff's second law to loop AB, as by the name you are going from A to B, so this EMF you are moving from positive to negative, hence it will come as a minus E1. And as current on this branch is moving towards A, it means point B is positive, point A is negative. So terminal of resistance toward high potential will be a plus, terminal of resistance toward negative potential will be as a negative. So this plus minus sign, I think you have understood, as this current I is flowing from S to R. So point S is high potential, point R is low potential, so plus minus sign. So let's come to our loop. So as we are moving from A to B by loop name, so positive to negative, terminal of battery, hence minus E1. Okay, minus to plus. So what is the current I1 and resistance R1? So voltage will be I1 R1, sign will be, as you are moving from minus to plus, so plus I1 R1. Then B to Q you have nothing, Q to C have nothing, C to D plus to minus, voltage across will be a minus I2 into R2, negative to positive, plus E2 equal to, then D to P you have nothing, P to A nothing, loop is completed, so equal to 0. Okay, just put the value of R1 R2. Okay, put the value of cell E1. Okay, this is the first equation. Okay, apply KVL to loop bigger one. So I have applied. Okay, I have named the uh, second loop P, not bigger one, just second loop, this loop I have considered initially first loop, then this loop P D C Q R S P. What is the name? P. You can write the name in your way. I am moving from this way. Okay, you can move in clockwise, anti-clockwise also. Okay, no, the answer will come same. Okay, P. So what is the name I have written? P D C Q R S P. So P to D you have nothing. D to C, cell and resistance. As you are moving from D to C, and from that is positive to negative, hence minus A2. Here minus to plus, hence plus. What is the current on this part? I2, and resistance is I2 R2. So plus I2 R2. C to Q you have nothing. Q to R you have nothing. R to S, negative to positive. What is the current in this branch? I. So voltage will be I here, but you are moving from negative to positive, hence it will come as a plus I equal to 0. Put the values of each cell. E2 have R2 and capital R. External resistance is 2 ohm. Okay, I, from equation 1 you can see that I is equal to I1 plus I2. Okay, so changes this equation in I1 and I2. So you have two equations. Okay, yeah, I should name this equation as a 2 and this equation as 3. Okay, so you have these two equations in terms of I1 I2 are two variables, as we are expert to solve such type of equations. Okay, okay. So let's solve these equations simultaneously and get the value of I1, I2. Okay, so from equation 1, I equal to I1 plus I2. So put this value, you get the current I equal to 1 ampere. So this is the current through external resistance as a 1 ampere. Okay, I hope you understand this problem. Okay, so in similar way, we have a second question also in the book. This 11th, two cells are given 1.5 volt, 2 volt with their internal resistances are connected in parallel so as to send current in the same direction as in our above. This in this problem we also we can see that I1 I2 are moving flowing through in the same direction through an external resistance of 5 ohm. Find the current through external resistance. This problem is totally the same. I also solved this problem. You can get this you can get the solution in the PDF attached to the video. Okay, so this problem 11 is same as a 10th. Okay, let's see this 12th problem. Okay, a voltmeter has a resistance 30 ohm. So voltmeter is a device which measures the potential differences across the resistances, or it can also measure the potential difference or EMF of cell or battery. So it is asking what will be its reading when it is connected to a 30 ohm resistance. Okay, and this resistance is connected across a cell of EMF 2 volt having internal resistance 10 ohm. Okay, voltmeter reading means, so it's asking for voltage across external voltage across resistance 30 ohm. Okay, so let's see the solution. Okay, so this is the 11th problem. This problem is same as problem 10, so you can get the solution. So problem 12, this is a resistance 30 ohm in a BMF of cell 2 volt with internal resistance R 10 ohm is connected across this resistance. A voltmeter is connected across this resistance to measure the voltage. Voltmeter will measure the voltage on basis of Ohm's law V equal to IR. Okay, so we have to first calculate the current in this circuit. So I the current will always start from positive terminal, so shown current I. Okay, as current is flowing from point, I name the loop as a ABCD. As you can see that current flowing from C to D, C will be high potential, D will be low potential, or you can also see that D is connected to positive terminal, C is connected to negative terminal. So the voltage across R will come as C towards point C will be plus and towards point D will be negative. So apply KVL to this loop. Name the loop ABCD. Most of time student in exam write the loop name as a ABCD. So don't forget, loop starts from a point in also on that point. So name will be ABCDA. Okay, or ADCBA, or you can also start from DCBAD. You can also start from CDABC. You can go in a, you can start from any point and can go in clockwise and anti-clockwise. Total 8 ways to write down this loop name. Okay, so no need to by heart. Always start from A. You can start from anywhere. Okay. Okay. So now what I have written the name A B C D A. So from A to B, as I am moving from plus to minus, hence the current is I, resistance is R, minus IR. B to C is we have nothing. C to D, plus to minus, minus current is I, minus I into R. So this is a one circuit. So current I will be same or series circuit. You are moving from C to D, high potential, negative potential towards positive potential. So whenever you are going from negative to positive, the voltage will come as a positive, hence plus equal to 0. Okay, so we have find out the current in the circuit is value given, R is value given, small r value is also given. We get the I. Voltmeter reading will be come by Ohm's law equal to IR. So I is what 2 by 40, R is what 30, you get the voltmeter reading as a 1.4 1.5 volt. Okay, so this is the Kirchhoff's second law or voltage law. These three problems, 10, 11, 12, unsolved problem of book. Let's move to book. Let's move to our topic. Okay, so here are the steps to followed while solving a problem using Kirchhoff's laws. Okay, choose some direction of current. Okay, direction of current, you can choose any direction because you don't know the voltage of battery or cell. Okay, determine the number of independent loops, apply voltage law to all independent loops. No need to just go through these methods, just understand the problem how I try to understand you. Okay, so follow those steps only for solving the problem. Okay, so there are two problems, solved problems in book on Kirchhoff's voltage law. So these two problems are also same as I already mentioned the unsolved problem. Two batteries 7 volt and 13 volt, resistance of their is mentioned 1 ohm and 2 ohm are connected in parallel. As you can see it is connected. They don't show this internal resistance along the side. Try to show here. Okay, an external resistance 12 ohm is given. Find the current through each branch of circuit, or as we have already solved our unsolved problem 10, we first find out I1 I2, then find out the I1 plus I2, that is the current through external resistance. So same problem. Okay, in book they have solved in a short way. Try to solve uh, the way I explained. Okay, okay, don't waste your energy on understanding the problem. Okay, solve in my way. Okay, for the given network, find the current through 4 ohm and 3 ohm. Assume that cells have negligible internal resistances. Okay, so there are two cells. Okay, uh, this problem is also same. What they have did, uh, uh, the terminals of both the cells are opposite. It is positive. Here it is negative ZS. Okay, and we have here the resistance is uh, uh, two cells are together, then resistance. Here two cells are separated by this resistance. Okay, so there is no any difference in both the circuit. The only difference is that terminals of both the cells are opposite. Okay, so one is 10 volt, another is 5 volt. Okay, so 10 volts positive terminal is towards E, so current will start from here, as current always starts from positive side. And for 5 volt, point B is positive terminal, so current starts from here. So what is the current mentioned? They have shown as I3. You can show the currents as in your way, I1, I2, I3. Okay, so always remember, as 10 volt is a higher voltage, so the current, uh, okay, so in no need to uh, tell about that. You can direct the current in your way. If it is positive negative, then it come in your answer. Okay, if it come as a negative, then have you consider the direction, try to consider direction as a opposite direction as you have assumed. Okay, so here it comes I2 as a negative. Okay, so where is I2? This. So okay, draw, as I2 comes negative, the direction of I2 have assumed is not wrong, it is coming as a opposite. Okay, so don't worry, negative plus sign in the current, teacher will not cut your marks. Okay, I1 is coming as a positive, So you have directed the direction of current I1 as same. Okay. Okay. So this is the same problem. You have to you have to find out all these uh, all the uh, currents for through 4 ohm 3 ohm, or you have to find out I1 and I3. Okay, but whenever there is a three variable, you have to find out all these three variables. Okay, so just apply Kirchhoff's voltage law, Kirchhoff's second law, these two loop. So they have considered loop EF CD EF CD E, E to F we have nothing, F to C, as current is flowing from C to F, so C will be plus and this point will come as a negative. And as by the loop name you are moving from F to C. Okay, so try to solve this problem, the problem in the way I explain. Okay, because this is the book, they will solve in their way. Okay, okay, just see the whether you are getting the answers or not. Okay, okay, so thank you. We have learned Kirchhoff's first law with their explanation, Kirchhoff's second law. Okay, Kirchhoff's first law comes with maximum marks of 2 marks in board. Kirchhoff's second law comes with maximum marks of 3 marks. 2 MCQ, Kirchhoff's first law is follow the law of conservation of charge, and Kirchhoff's second law follows the law of conservation of energy. So problems also come on these two laws. Okay, we have seen the three unsolved problems so far, whatever we have learned. Okay, try to solve these solved problems. Okay, by your way, don't rectify all these answers. Okay, because physics is a big. Okay, in next lecture we are going to understand what is Wheaton's bridge and why it is used. Okay, this this Wheaton bridge will require the knowledge of both these law, Kirchhoff's first law and Kirchhoff's second law. Okay, thank you.